I am in California Adventure tonight for Oogie Boogie Bash, and I'm going to be here to show you how to take some hopefully cool photos. So I think a lot of the techniques that I've been talking about for shooting dark rides are going to still, pay off on an event like this. We're going to find out. All right, so before it gets too dark, I might as well talk equipment. I've got my OM1 Mark II, and I've got the 25mm f1.2 Pro on it. Also in the bag, I've got the 75mm f1.8. I've got a new one, the 12mm f2. I've got the 8mm f1.8 Fisheye Pro. And I've got the 17mm f1.2 Pro. Plus some spare batteries, power banks, a couple of accessories, the DJI camera that I'm recording on right now. All prime lenses, no zooms, because it's going to be dark. I'm not going to do any landscape photography or parkscape stuff. So no tripods, no remote releases, no filters, no zoom lenses. It's all prime lenses, wide open, run and gun type stuff tonight. So one of the big draws for this event are what they call the treat trails. And basically you get to go trick-or-treating in the park, and they give you a trick-or-treat bag when you check in. And they have about a dozen different spots in the park where you can just walk around and they fill your bag with candy. They will give you a lethal amount of candy. But the cool thing about a lot of the treat trails, as you're in the line, you will go past one of Disney's famous villains. The first one is over here by soaring over California, and you get to see Judge Doom from Roger Rabbit.
Judge Doom, 6 a.m. tomorrow. Parade is declared.
Okay, you better get on that one.
Dip the shoe.
Dip the shoe.
You can't dip the shoe right now. Don't you understand? I'm using this tool like a worm on a hook. Have you ever gone fishing? That's the same thing. I'm going to use this tool to entice tunes to save it. When they come here, out of the hood of this vehicle is another cave.
Judge Doom was really cool. He was here for the first time last year, and I'm glad he's back. And they don't just give away candy. They give out goldfish and Rice Krispie treats and some kind of food. So if you wanted to, you didn't even need to buy food. You just kind of snack on things all night. They've got a character here from one of my favorite old school Disney movies. They've got Mad Madam Mim from The Sword in the Stone. That's pretty cool. Definitely let's go over there.
Come closer, I don't mind. Turn around. I do smell.
In terms of photography, I didn't really need to bring any wide-angle lenses. The two lenses I used the most were my 75mm and my 25mm for the treat trails. I do most of my work telephoto. That's where most of the good shot opportunities are. So if you are going to come to this event and you want to take photos, bring a long lens. Bring something 50mm equivalent or up. 50mm, 85mm, 90mm, 100, 135, 150, 160. As long as it has at least an f2 aperture, I think you're going to have a really, really good time. Put it in program mode, spot metering, auto ISO, and rock and roll. This next one's from a show I haven't even seen yet, but I've been meaning to. It's Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb.
Hi. That's terrifying. There's a hand on your head. Did you know that? Out here, fella. There's some more monsters here. Very scary. I'm sure you know very well the monster hall.
All right, the first parade's going to start in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to go grab a spot. I'm going to put on my 75mm lens so I can get plenty of reach. Probably about 1/60th to 2/50th of a second for most of the shots. Dancers and characters move pretty quick, so you need a decent amount of speed to capture them. Just spot metering and auto ISO, center autofocus point with tracking, and a nice high drive mode, and just fire away and let's see what we get. Something to remember about the parade is it's going to actually start about 20 minutes after the posted start time. So if the book says it's going to start at 7:45, it starts closer to 8:05. First thing that happens is right at 7:45 when it's supposed to start, the Headless Horseman walks down the parade route, which is pretty cool. You want to be there for that. But then I think they have to wait till the Headless Horseman gets all the way off the track until they start the actual parades. There's a pretty long delay, and it's a very, very short parade. So if it's not on your gotta see list, it takes almost, if you get in line 10-15 minutes before the parade starts because you want a good seat, by the time it's over, you've waited there almost an hour. This is only a 5-hour event. The parade happens twice a night, so it's almost better to just try to catch bits and pieces of it as you're moving around through the park, because you're going to see it twice, unless you really, really, really want to get photos or see it. It's a good parade. I really like it. The songs are catchy, but it does take up a lot of time at a very short event, so do with that information what you will. As I was leaving for the parade, I accidentally got funneled into another treat trail, and we saw Mr. Oogie Boogie himself. And now we're gonna go see what else we can find. Do a few more treat trails. We still have the Villains Grove, and then we have another parade, and I wanna see what else I can find to shoot. Looks like the next one is going to be Senor de la Cruz from Coco. Great bad guy from a great movie. See what kind of photos I can get of him.
¿Qué pasa, compadre? Are you ready to hear me sing? I love you too.
All right, so one of the rides that has a special seasonal overlay is Guardians of the Galaxy. They have a overlay called Monsters After Dark. It's a complete re-theme of the ride. It's kind of amazing that they switched the ride over from regular to this at the end of the day, because the ride is mostly projection, and so they changed the projection. The briefing you get in the room from Rocket at the beginning is different. It's really, really fun, especially at night, seeing all of DCA laid out at night, all lit up when you get to the top floor and the windows open. It's very, very cool. So now I still have a few treat trails left. I still gotta find Sid. I still have to find, I don't remember who else I have to find, so let's go find some more treats. All right, so I went and saw Yokai over in San Francisco. Logical place for him to be. I think he was a cool villain in Big Hero 6. They just didn't give him enough screen time. Seems like they could have developed him a lot more. And it's kind of tough here because he's wearing a mask, so he's not able to emote the way some of the other villains can. So now we're gonna go and see Sid, and then the last treat trail will be Hades. And then I still need to check out Villains Grove, and then maybe I'll catch a few minutes of the parade, but I'm probably gonna skip the second parade because I just have too much other stuff that I wanna try to do tonight. And the parade is it's cool, it's real cool, but it can be a big time suck. Let's see what Sid's up to. The nice thing is the characters don't just stand there, they talk to you, they taunt you, they do some pretty decent crowd work, especially Sid.
Yeah, I'm awesome. Don't fall down the rabbit hole, Blondie. It's baby face, get it right.
Then I was planning on skipping the parade and trying to get to Villains Grove, but I might get stuck watching the parade because I'm not sure if I can make it to Villains Grove without having to cross the parade line. So I'm gonna try to make it there, and if not, I will hang out here and watch the parade. Wow, that light looks terrible. This is one of the downsides to shooting this event. As a photographer, there's a lot of purple light, a lot of green light, a lot of red light, a lot of blue light, a lot of single color light. It's gonna make some of your images nearly impossible to color correct. If you're really good at Photoshop, you probably could pull it off, but I'm not good enough and I'm too lazy to try to learn. So my images will have a purple color cast. Oh, good. Sweet. They're running a break right across where I needed to cross so I can make it to Villains Grove. Awesome. There's not a whole lot in there to photograph. It's mostly light and smoke and sound and projection, which is really, really cool. It's just excellent vibes. This is a nice dark place to go for a stroll. I tried to shoot photos in there last year. I wasn't really very pleased with the results. So now I just go through and I just shoot video and I just enjoy the vibe. It's definitely worth at least a trip or two. Walk slow, take your time. I'm just gonna take in some things because there are a few projections that reset every minute or so. So take your time, make sure you don't miss anything. And now I have one thing left to do. I have one treat trail left. It is Hades, and it is 10:31. The event is supposed to end at 11. So let's go say hi to Hades.
Ugh, you're so far away. Illuminating, I like it. I like what you did with the hair there, kid. Good stuff. Cheekbones, nice. Could be sharper though. A little bit. Kid's got good taste. Hello, me. I am gorgeous. We're gorgeous. We are.
All right, well, I think I've done everything at the event. I hit every treat trail that had a character on it, did 2 walkthroughs of Villains Grove, saw the first parade, saw the very, very tail end of the second parade, just the last float. It's been a pretty fun night. It's a short event. If you're gonna come here and try to do everything and like really do everything, it's gonna be a bit of a rush. To be able to hit every treat trail, see the parade twice, do Villains Grove, ride a few rides, eat some food, drink some drinks. It's a lot. It's a pretty easy event to shoot. There's lots of spots in the treat trail lines to just kind of camp out and wait for the character interactions. That's where I got most of the shots. I tend to not try to, walk up to characters and ask for a photo op. I try to, kind of just wait for shots to happen naturally, wait for opportunities to happen naturally. And sometimes it takes a little while longer, which is why I'm here till closing of the event, but it's the way I like to shoot. Things look a little more natural that way. I'm not a huge fan of posed photos. So I think that's it. I hope this gives you an idea of what you might want to do and what you might want to bring equipment-wise if you want to come to this event next year and shoot it yourself. Thanks for watching. Hope you had fun. See you in the next video.